Okay, Mr. Zosnick, have a good one. Thanks for pumping in. I hope your diet lasts at least beyond tonight. Nothing in Norway is cheap. Chris, how much does it cost? I don't know. Have you got a Costa over there in Norway? How much does it cost for just a normal cappuccino? You don't have Costa? Alright. So if you went into a coffee shop in Norway and just bought a cappuccino, what are we looking at?
Keep right.
£2.30 in the UK. Yeah, but what's it in Norway? I'm trying to work out how expensive Norway is. Norway VAT is 31%. Is it really? 31%? Sales tax. Sales tax, 31%. Connor, how much would you compare the UK McDonald's with the US McDonald's, assuming you went to both? I actually didn't go to a US McDonald's, so I actually don't know. I've been to a French McDonald's. Do they have drive-thrus in the States? Yes, they do. I'm sure they do. That's why you should never give a tip in Norway. Huh? You watch a Finnish YouTuber is always saying the prices are high. But, I mean, are the salaries high to compensate for it? Because everything's relative, isn't it? You was in Norway 6 years ago and paid £30 for a pizza. What? You paid £30 for some bread with some stuff on it. Wow. How much is a loaf of bread? If you buy a loaf of bread in Norway, what does it cost? Let's do the bread and milk thing. Loaf of bread and some milk. What's that going to cost?
Keep left.
What? Where are you getting a pizza from? It's costing 20 quid. Like in London, in the most expensive restaurants, maybe you'd be like £17 for a pizza. £2.50 for a loaf, around the same for milk. £2.50 for a loaf of bread. Domino's is £20 for it. Listen, Connor, you never buy Domino's unless you've got a deal. You'd be crazy. The pizzas are overpriced unless you've got a deal. Yeah, exactly. What's this bread made of? Gold. £2.50 for a loaf. You'd have to cherish every single slice of toast you made from that loaf. Like, every slice you take out is like, well, this is 15 pence. Pretty much, Chippy. Like buying a sofa from DFS when there isn't a sale on. You spent £20 on Domino's without too much bother. Yeah, but like I say, you always get an offer. Like a buy one, get one half price or something. I like going to Domino's at lunchtime because they do like a lunchtime offer where you can get these like mini pizzas. You can get mini garlic breads for like £1 and they're just gorgeous. You can just get a plain cheese and tomato pizza for £1. Gorgeous. You just get a few of them. Cost you a few quid. Brilliant.
Keep left.
A tip's included in the UK price. So, the way tips work in the UK, Infernal, is you only tip in a restaurant. Like, that's the only time you ever tip in a restaurant. You know, if you go to Domino's, you don't tip. If you go to a fuel station, you don't tip. If you went to a restaurant, if you went to a takeaway, you wouldn't tip. If you went to a restaurant, normally it'll say on the bottom, service not included, is what it normally says. And, you know, you'll tip 10%, 15% at most, usually. No one tips delivery drivers. Nope. I sometimes do tip delivery drivers personally, because I know that they're not earning very much money, but a lot of people don't tip delivery drivers. But if I buy a Domino's, I generally go and pick it up. I don't normally get it delivered. But if I do get delivered, I usually give them something. Taxi drivers depends. Like, if you take a London cab, they are like a lot of taxis in cities. They're so expensive that you just think, I'm not tipping you. You've just taken me 2 miles and you're charging me 25 quid. I'm not giving you a tip as well. But often I'll just, let's say it comes to £23, 20 pence. I'll give them 25 and say, keep the change. Yeah, I'll do that. They can keep the change, but often I won't add on, if you see what I mean. I just can't be bothered faffing with change. You never tip in a restaurant in Norway because we have a high salary. Yeah, you see, it's opposite to the US, Chris. Like, the US is opposite. They have low salary restaurants that rely on tips to bring them up to the minimum wage. It's just like completely opposite system. When I was in the States though, I do love the fact that you buy something and the receipt at the bottom will say, how does it say, something like, we recommend a 15 to 20% tip. And you're like, what? How much? Don't recommend me how much to tip. Like, the way I work is I tip based on the service that I got. If I had a really good waiter or waitress and they looked after me and the family, I'll tip them. Yeah, but if they were like scumbags, not attentive, took ages to bring us stuff over, they're gonna get a really low tip. That's the way I work. You basically, your tip is commensurate with how well you did as a waiter or waitress. But they just seem to think, well, 20% is what you should pay anyway. Yeah, exactly. I recommend you mind your own business. I recommend that you leave that decision to me. 20% for a good service, maybe 10 to 15 if it was poor. Yeah, I've heard that Bigfoot as well, they take it as an insult. If you tip them low, they take it as an insult. It's like, hang on, I'm giving you extra money and you're insulted. How does that work?
Keep right.
Grindock, 8 months loving the stream and vids. Looking forward to Eurotruck Diaries 18. Thank you, Grindock. Blinky, 33 months. Every time the girlfriend sees my sub anniversary, I read that. Connor, I read that. Rizzy, a tip well deserved. Thank you, Rizzy. Well, I recommend, Rizzy, you add 20% on top of your next tip, okay? I recommend a minimum of 50,000 bit deliveries, guys, okay? That's what I recommend. You hate that the places split all the tips. You want the person who... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't want to tip all the waiters and waitresses. I want to tip the one that helped me the most. Wait, what? You was on a cruise and you was auto-charged £16 a day gratuity? What the heck, man? That should be illegal. That's literally a tax. Yeah, hairdressers where they have a tip jar per person. Yeah, some of the restaurants, the way they're running their tips are just dodgy. I've heard of restaurants that get all the tips and then keep them. Don't distribute them to the waiters and waitresses. Or there's other ones where they take a cut. Like, really? Like, the way I see it is the restaurant sets its meal prices and drinks prices based on the profit that it wants to make. And then customers choose whether or not to eat and drink there. That's their profit margin. That's their business. Anything to do with tips has nothing to do with the business. That is all about the workforce. It's all about the waiters and waitresses. They should not interfere. They should not take any money from it. How they want to split it is up to them, but it's got nothing to do with them. Should split with the back house as well. Yes and no. Like, I know where you're coming from, but the chef should just be paid well for what they do, because the chef is making a meal. He's not customer facing as such. He makes a product. The product is then sold, but the way that product is sold to the customer is literally driven by the waiter or waitress. Yeah, and that is a service. That's not the same. The waiter had nothing to do with the product. The chef did. The chef made the product, the waiter served it. They're two different things. So, for my money, the tip should go directly to the service, because the product already has profit built in, and that's what pays the chef's wages. Yeah, they do that in the UK. Like, the receipt will say for parties of 10 or more, the 10% is automatically added, which I've never quite understood that concept either, but whatever. Cruises try to be cash free. Yeah, they do. Cruises are like a massive rip-off when it comes to things like that. Food and drink. They take the theme park approach. Captive audience. They don't even let you bring like drinks and stuff back on the. If you go on I think it's not P&O. Who is it? Is it maybe P&O actually? Royal Caribbean, I think it is. If you go offshore, when you come back on shore, they check your bags and stuff to make sure you're not bringing drinks back on board, because they want you to buy those at rip-off prices.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit.
Yeah, it's fairly common, especially amongst the more luxurious cruises. That's what they do. No, the cheaper ones don't. The family-oriented ones tend not to do that. I think it was Thompson, the cheaper ones. We went on a Thompson one, and they let you bring drink back on board.
Keep right.
How many cruises have you been on, Cinema Leaves?
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
Being teetotal saves you cash. That's true.
Exit.
You bought a bottle of First Port and didn't get back on till last night. Thanks, Royal Caribbean. Yep. Terrible for the environment, they rip people off. Yeah, but how many have you been on?
Continue straight.
Door's not running a bit late, Yoshi. Door's here. Mrs. Squirrel's out. I'll just get Doyle in a sec. You've been on 4. You've been on 5 or so. So, I take it you didn't enjoy any of them. I mean, you must have got ripped off on the first one to the point where you said, I'm not doing that again. But then you carried on and did it another 4 times. So I'm kind of confused about that. Hey, Megafan. Have you visited the Supreme store in London?
Left.
What's the Supreme store in London?
Turn left. You have reached your destination. Well done. Although, frankly, I did all the hard work.
The brand Supreme. I don't know what that brand is. I'm not a fashionista. I don't do brands. I do quality clothing. I don't do brands. WH, thank you for 16 months. You're welcome. A09, keep the change. Thank you, A09. And Jov Hato, thank you for 33.
Welcome back, Nutter.
You just downloaded Pro Mods and everything is green in mod folder, but none of the maps in the maps. Have you got the load order right? Read the README. Right. I'm going to grab a cup of tea. Like I say, Mrs. Squirrel's not here, so I'm going to grab a cup of tea and then I'll dig out Doyle's cheesy bites and then we'll get Doyle in. So back in a sec. Right. Let's get Doily on, shall we? I've got something here for you, pal. Think you know what they are? Get that. Come on. There we go. Right. No. There's no third hand, so we're going to have to sort of wing our way through this, Mr. Doyle. I'm just going to put some cheesy bites out over here for you. Oh, these are the other ones. Tasty bites. They're not cheesy bites, they're tasty bites. Might have picked up the wrong one there, pal. He's sitting there. Put your paw down. There you go. Right. No, you don't like them. You don't like them, do you? I picked up the wrong one. I thought I picked up cheesy bites and I picked up tasty bites, and he's not really into these. Sorry, bro. You sure you don't want to? Nah, he's not into that. Oopsie. Like, the packet's almost the same. Sorry about that. Poor dog. He does look a bit miffed, doesn't he? He's not too keen on tasty bites. I think they've gone a bit hard. We have to. I think we should get you your own Instagram account, Doyle. Daddy. Should get your own Instagram account, shouldn't we? On Dolly pics. Has he had a haircut? It was a couple of weeks ago, I think. He's looking around on the floor to see if there's any more cheesy bites for him. Doyle's life. Alright, should we put you back down? You definitely don't want this. I'll chew of it. He's eating it now. Can you just move over a bit, Doyle? Can't get the pedals. He's actually eating it. Because he's on the floor, he can chew it now. Oh well, at least he enjoyed it in the end. That's another one. I think what it is like when there's no third hand. There you go. When there's no third hand, I have to like hold him with one hand and then feed him with another, and he doesn't like being held with just one hand, because I think, I don't know, probably because my hand's on his chest maybe. But if you put him on the ground, he'll eat it.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Rome, I'm sure we've got a command that says how old he is. Eric, welcome back.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Let's see. Over to Dover. It's curious how it doesn't generate jobs that go that way through Roscoff. We don't have a command for that, only when his birthday is. I thought it showed his age. I'm not sure, bro.
Have a pleasant drive. Well, as pleasant as you can have with us three navigating your route.
Welcome back, Eric. Ottawa, thank you for 31.
Turn right.
The great month of content. Looking forward to many more. How do you like the Volvo Auto? Yeah, I quite like the Volvo.
Continue straight.
It's the Grand Tour mod, smaller Cobra. Is there any reason why you paid for 10 gifted subs and no notifications came through, Jaffa Cakes? Is this today, Jaffa Cakes? Did anything happen in chat to do with gifted subs? Because it always posts it in chat now. If that didn't happen, you didn't gift the subs.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
No, he's not a puppy. He's far from a puppy.
Exit.
I think they're fully grown at 2, something like that.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Bezo1, thank you for subbing, Bezo. Welcome to the Nut House. Thank you for the nutty welcome, guys. Grand Tour Season 5 has been confirmed even before 4 has been aired. Must be doing well then. I've not watched beyond the first season. Actually, that's not true. I watched the the 2 episoder that they did in was it Cuba or something? I can't remember now. I watched that. I enjoyed that. Wow, look at the Twitch fan behind us. Colombia, that was it. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That's more like the kind of stuff I want to see. But if I'm right, that's what they're going to do in 5 now, isn't it? Just going to do, like, basically journeys. What is that? What on earth? There must be that buses around again. There's a vehicle. There's a Jazzy Cat vehicle doing that.
Welcome back, Nutter.
You need to watch the Mongolia special on Season 3. Yeah, I should do. I take it on Amazon Prime you can just go back and watch different seasons. Gonna do videos on Utah? Of course I am. As long as they don't release it while I'm on holiday again. Like they did with the last one. Like, here you go guys, here's Washington, squirrels away for 2 weeks.
Expect to hear that from us.
SF Giants, Jazzycat has updated his packs for DirectX 11 yesterday, but I didn't download them yesterday. There's no point deleting them, you can just download the updated versions. Well, how can I plan my holidays better, Bez, when SCS doesn't plan their release dates? It's not like they say to me, we're going to release this on this date. It's ready when it's ready.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Yes, it is Pendragons. Eric, thank you for 4 years, Eric. 48 months support. This seems like a very long pickup to go and get a trailer. Yeah, let's do that, Jew. You pay for my holiday, I'll go on holiday next week, and then you can have your DLC. Asterisk, not guaranteed.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Vegard, thank you.
Exit right.
The finances could be an issue. You just went to move your laptop and killed it. How can you... How? It wasn't Hammond that saw it, Connor. It was Clarkson that saw it, and he went back to the other two and said, "We're leaving now." And he didn't just see somebody having relations with a donkey, he like asked them. He said like, "Is this normal?" And they were like, "Yeah." Right, going. No, I have not. Smaller Cobra. Fibre trial, have a good one, sir. Right, is something going on with this pickup place? It's like literally the other side of the city. It's nuts. Let's just say one of the hinges screen broke ago, and it appears that the one that's carried the cables to the screen has gone completely. Oh, rip. I phoned a friend on Tuesday. On Friday, sorry. I phoned a friend on Friday, and he must have had his, like, you know, these Apple AirPods. He had them in his ears while he must have been using his phone watching YouTube.
Keep right.
So I phoned him, and he took them out
Right.
and had a phone conversation with me. And while he was on the phone to me, his dog,
Right.
well, I should say his puppy, he's like 9 months old, basically chewed right through his AirPods, just completely decimated it. Just went, "Oh, what's that?" and just started eating it.
We wouldn't recommend speeding. You didn't expect to hear that.
He was not happy.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Because Apple AirPods are not exactly cheap, are they? Must have thought it was like a snack or something.
In 200 meters, turn right. Turn right.
Welcome, Triple C. We're almost at the pickup point. You do hear Jeremy on this mod, but
In
not a lot.
200 meters, turn right.
You don't hear Jeremy or Hammond that much. Clarkson and Hammond only make a like guest appearance. It's mostly James May.
Turn right.
Alex Brooks, thank you for subbing, Alex. Welcome to the house. Thank you for the nutty welcome, guys.
You have reached your destination. Well done. Although, frankly, I did all the hard work.
Let's hope that job's still here. Whew. Thought it would have been gone. Is it the stream, or are you struggling with ETS 60 FPS? It's like butter on my side. Put yourself on source and watch it that way. Yes, it's a new pro mod. But it's basically not... It's not got new content, it just works on 135.
Have a pleasant drive. Have you ever heard a navigation system argue with itself? No? Well, that's about to change.
No, it isn't.
That was Clarkson then. Yes, there's two 18s flying over your flats. You got a video of it. Nice. Yeah, yesterday something flew over my house, but I couldn't see what it was because it was in the clouds. But it was like a fast jet.
200 meters, turn left. Turn left.
You can do if you want. Make a fan, just tweet it at me. Have a look later. Why, Dean, why do you say ETS2 in VR is weird?
In 200 meters, turn left.
Weird in a good way or weird in a bad way?
Turn left.
Weird in a good way. You guys seen the weird star flying in the sky sometimes? What? You been drinking, Muffins?
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit. Keep left.
Has a VR course. Well, I've done the 3-day VR course. I've got stuff I need to do this week to buy some mounts and things, and email a bunch of people about making VR. Basically, go and making a VR video somewhere. I need to do that this week. Would you fly a fighter jet? No. Okay. That was so random. No, I'd fly one in a sim, Mega Fan. But you asked me would I fly a fighter jet, and I took that to mean in real life. That's why I said no.
left.
Why not? Because the G-force is involved. Like a fighter jet, if you do a sharp turn in a fighter jet, you pull in 9 Gs. Pretty certain I wouldn't be very happy with 9 Gs. I wouldn't be very happy with 4 or 5, I don't think. Well, if you're trained, fighter pilots are trained in breathing techniques to stop them passing out at 9G. Like when they do a lot of air shows, there'll be one part of the show will pull 9G in like a sustained turn, and that's the highest they pull. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're shorter, you can deal with it better. Totally. But that's why I wouldn't fly fighter jets. 6'3", not the right size. Someone asked you if you would do abseiling off the 4th bridge. What a weird question.
Keep right.
What's abseiling? Well, you basically put a rope down the side and then do a controlled descent. You know, you kind of put your feet on it and then bounce off, drop, bounce off, drop. In a controlled fashion, descend down the side of it with a rope. I think, you know, once you've done it once or twice, like, you probably can do it. I reckon I could do it. Like, I've not immediately off the 4th bridge, but if I did it off something smaller, got used to it, how it all works, then I would get confident to do it. But it's not really something that I feel like I want to do. Bungee jumping off the 4th bridge. Would you do that? That's way more scary than abseiling. Yeah, rappelling and abseiling are pretty much the same thing. Abseiling has caused more fatalities than any other mountain activity. Probably because it's done so much, I guess. Yeah, if you've got a fear of heights, Aliki, then yeah, I don't think bungee jumping is for you. Although, it might cure you of it. It might cure you of your fear of heights if you did manage to jump off a bridge with a rope tied to your legs. Trust. I mean, the thing is about bungee jumping is you have to have complete trust in the person that did the calculation based on your weight. I've not seen Bar Rescue now. Just an airline pilot. You trust more than the pilot. You trust all the engineers that built the thing. And there's 2 up there. You prefer a parachute? Well, again, you're putting your trust in the person that packed your parachute. You'd rather have a go at skydiving than bungee? guess. Like I saw when I went to Vegas, and I went up the, is it called the Sky Tower? I can't remember. The big tall tower in Vegas. And when I was up there, there were people that did the bungee. And I watched people just standing there, you know, tied them up to the thing, and then they had to walk out on the ledge and then just jump. I just watched them. Like, it's so high up. You're looking down, it's so high up. And they just jumped off. Like, I could not do that. I would get outside, my legs would turn to jelly. I would just full on nope that. Yeah, stratosphere, that's it. But I watch people do it, but yikes. You'd faint on the spot. Yeah, you'd faint and then fall off and do it anyway. Oh, it's raining again. No, I'm alright flying, mega fan. Like, I don't have a fear of heights. I just don't like the idea of jumping from a great height. Like, I can quite happily fly a plane, look down and be like, oh, it's a brilliant view. I'm not bothered about the height. But standing on the end of a ledge where I can fall off, that's when I start getting a bit, no. People jump out of planes all the time, Megafan. I'm sure skydiving is one of those things that if you ever did it, if you ever plucked up the courage to actually do it, when you get to the ground, you just want to do it again. You're probably like, that was amazing, I want to do that again. Bouldering or rock climbing? I have absolutely no interest in either bouldering or rock climbing. I watched a really good TV documentary about a guy that he does rock climbing, but he does it without any rope. And he basically scaled like this super high, very difficult cliff face with no rope. And the film crew filmed it, and it was about his story. It was just like, it's unbelievable. It's actually amazing. The stamina and strength involved is just incredible. Yeah, it might have been Free Solo, where he sort of went there and he started going up, and then he came back down and aborted it, went away for a few days, and then just got up at like 4 AM. His crew followed him and he just did it. Incredible documentary. The Blue Lion, thank you for 13 months. I'd love to skydive to get over my fear of heights, but none of my friends will do it with me. Get some different friends. I think I watched it on YouTube, I can't remember, or did I watch it on TV? I can't remember where I watched it. It might have been on TV, actually. Oh, there's no way. HST, there is no way on earth you would ever get me potholing. Not a chance. I would rather skydive than pothole. Yes, it's a rain mod. What's potholing? It's like going into caves, like underwater, like not underwater, underground caves systems where there's like super narrow passages that you crawl through. You know, it's just Do you not remember those people in is it Thailand? They went potholing. They went under the and then it just rained and it just blocked them in, and they had to get like a British team to come out and help them. Yeah. I've watched programs of people potholing, like documentaries, and seen them climb through these like super tight spaces, and I'm getting claustrophobic watching it. No, I couldn't do that. It's one of the things your dad used to teach, Dave. I just like, how do you not have a fear of getting stuck? Like, you can't, they push themselves through gaps that aren't wide enough. And if they get stuck, what do? You're surrounded by millions of tons of rock. And then they'll like, because it'll be water, they'll swim underwater and go like and come up in some other place and then carry on in freezing cold dark caves. And if the light stops working, they can't see a thing. It's 100% black down there, like 100% no light. So if you lose your torches or whatever, you're done.
Got some cake?
Bob, more beer tokens. Thank you very much, Bob Monkins. It wasn't a Gold Rush program, no.
Keep left.
I can't remember which one that was. Yeah, exactly. Beaker. I can think of better ways to spend my free time. The gaps you can easily see in, but hard to get out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean you can go through, but not necessarily come backwards. And you're kind of reliant on people helping you if you get stuck. No, I remember when I was younger, my friend said, "Do you want to come potholing?" And I asked him what it was, and he told me, and I was like, "Nah."
Keep right. And then exit right.
That's even worse, like amateur potholing. With people that don't know what they're doing and probably don't take the right equipment.
Exit right.
Yikes. He is actually an ex-friend, yeah. The only pot you're going near is a Lancashire hot pot, I agree.
Happy anniversary, Matter.
In 200 meters, turn left. Turn left.
Yikes, this weather. Yes, it's James May. Night Train, thank you for 66 months. Happy anniversary, Nutter. Thanks for all you do. Thank you for your support, Night Train. I like the sound of the rain hitting the roof, though. It's nice.
Continue straight.
She's a controller for ETS2. Take that, as opposed to what? Keyboard?
Happy anniversary, Matter.
Yeah, a controller's always better than a keyboard for this game. Sub-bomb hype, Jaffa Cake. Jaffa Cake with 10 subs gifted. Holy moly. Thank you very much, Jaffa Cake. That's super generous of you. Thank you very much.
Turn left.
If you just got gifted a sub, please remember to thank Jaffa Cake for his superb generosity.
Turn left.
That is a big sub bomb. You guys have just been gifted a sub. You can now apply to join the convoy if you want. Exclamation mark convoy. If you want to join the convoy, it's in 3 weeks' time, but you've only got 2 weeks to apply. So get your application in.
Welcome to the Nut House.
And if you've never done a convoy, you'll have a lot of fun.
In 200 meters, turn right.
We're heading over to the UK. We're going to
Turn right.
where's it we're going? Dover.
We wouldn't recommend speeding. I didn't expect to hear that from us.
Welcome.
No problem, enchiladas. No problem. Yeah, if you're working all day, it can't be helped.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Waiting for day work convoys on Sunday. We have done them on a Sunday before, Connor.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Well, I don't know, Night Train. I think they should have done 3 versions of the sat-nav, like
Welcome.
one where each character was a different focus maybe, but I guess it depends on what sound bites they can get out of that program they use. Could you not, Enceladus, can you not join the second? Can you not join the second convoy maybe? Because that only starts at, what, 7? I suppose it's a bit tight though, isn't it? You're going to go to Gran Canaria for 2 weeks, Taylor. Well, you can have my spot and I'll have your spot, Taylor. So I'll go to Gran Canaria for 2 weeks, and you can have my spot on the convoy. How does that sound? Oh yeah, I've got no chance then, Enceladus. Unless you can convince them to give you like an hour early, leave an hour early maybe. Or you could pull a sickie. Of course, I would never condone such behaviour. I think we've pretty much done Cooking Sim, Ellis. I think there's not a lot to that game, really.
Happy anniversary, Matter.
Stinger 1701, thank you for 34 months. These are the few days I can catch the stream because work is busy. Never miss a beat on SquirrelPlus. Thank you for the amazing content, and the beard is dashing. Thank you, Stinger. Although Dave keeps telling me to get a shave.
Keep right. And then exit right.
Happy anniversary,
Exit
Matter.
right.
Beard. Martin H. 58 months. Thank you, Martin.
Keep left.
I don't know if this mod alters the duration of the rain, but it kind of feels like it's been raining a lot longer than it normally does. But I do like that skyline. Looks proper moody. A play-away game with a repetitive gameplay. What a shock. Yeah. They publish all the best games, Beaker. Klebin Gamer. You're probably heading one way at this point, and that's out the door. Yeah, there you go. Now you're going out the door, pal. Enjoy the rest of Twitch. Thanks for dropping by with your illustrious wit and charm, which we all appreciated. Wait, that truck is awfully red. Like, significantly RGB 25500 kind of red. As in, that's a broken Jazzy Cat trailer right there. I have no texture red. Whoa. It's a cola truck. This feels like a proper nighttime rain journey. It's quite cool. I'm beginning to like this rain mod. Like this rain has been going on for a long time, which is kind of cool. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. I thought if I can get my nose ahead of one of these trucks, I'm in with a shout. Otherwise, I'm going to be the sausage in this hot dog. And I didn't want to be the sausage in that hot dog. Yeah, but if I hadn't got the truck just in front of the one on the right, it would have come in. 100% it would have come in. Yeah, well, that's what would have happened to me, Ainsley, if it hadn't got just ahead. Expert Joe, thank you for subbing, Expert. It's always good to have an expert in chat. Thank you very much. Welcome to the house, sir. Hot dogs are better with sausages instead of hot dog meat. I like both, to be honest, Red Devil, but yeah, I mean, you can't beat a proper sausage, can you? Like a proper, you know, I want a sausage now. I want a sausage butty now.
Keep
Rip.
right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Do you know, it's still daylight outside. It's so weird in summer.
In 200 meters, turn left.
Yikes. What is a hot dog meat made out of anyway? Like, how do you make hot dog meat?
Turn right.
I don't know. How is it processed though? Meat scraps from other meats. But it's all the same colour. It's like a... And like the texture of it. Probably best not to ask. Well, no, I think I'd rather know. I wonder if it'll stop raining by the time we get to the UK. I wish it made you drive onto these things properly rather than this. Nasty weather. $35. Oh boy. Traditional meat hot dogs are made from pork, beef or veal. Now there's variations made from poultry or even vegetarian products. Hot dogs are already cooked or smoked, so the product needs to be reheated. Available with or without casing skins. If the casing is from a different source than the hot dog, it has to be listed on the label. Veal sausages. D. Casper, thank you for 5 months. You've never had veal sausage before, only beef or pork, same. Larika, good night. I don't think turkey makes a good sausage, to be honest. It's too dry. Same with chicken, it's just too dry. I always find turkey dry. It is.
Exit right.
That's why you need like gravy or cranberry sauce, or you need something to give it moisture because it's a very dry meat. Goose is better than turkey. Do you know what? I don't know if I've ever actually had goose, Zugwig. Because I couldn't tell you what it tastes like. That's why they add water. No, they add water so that they can sell you more product for less money. Let's be honest here. Would Goose be similar to Doc? I don't know. Dolly, stop chewing your leg. Why do dogs do that? He sits on the floor and just chews his own paw. That's like me just chewing my own hand.
Keep left, and then exit left.
He must be hungry.
Exit left.
Really? Exit left? Okay.
In 200 meters, turn right.
No, it's not. He's not nibbling
Turn
as if he's got
right.
an allergen. He's chewing it. He's like lightly biting on it. Stop doing it now.
At the roundabout, take the third exit. Exit.
Exit. He's bored. Well, he might be bored. There's only me and him in the house. Who are the Grand Tour? Jeremy Clarkson, James May and Richard Hammond. Same people who were on Top Gear. Before Clarkson punched a producer and got fired. And then Amazon made him an offer, along with the other two, to go make the Grand Tour.
Keep left.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, just punch somebody at work and then get a huge pay rise and a better job. It's not bad, is it? I dare say if most of us punched somebody at work, we wouldn't end up with a better career. Yeah, let us know how you get on, Edie. Hi, I'm talking to you from prison. Just that the 80s was shown the door. That's most likely what happened. To be fair, Clarkson was also shown the door, but... What's interesting though is like when Clarkson got fired, essentially the other two
Left, and then turn left.
the other two realized that the show was like not gonna work unless it was all three of them, so they also left. Whereas if you look at
Turn left.
what's it called, that BBC ex-BBC cooking program with Paul and what's his name, Paul and Mary. Do you remember? What's it called, that show? Bake Off. The Bake Off one. British Bake Off. Yeah, with that, basically Paul got offered from a rival channel to go there and make the British Bake Off, and Mary said, I'm not going. Like, I just want to stay at the BBC. I love the BBC. I'm staying here. So she didn't go. Like, he said to her, you need to come with me and we can go and do this. And she was like, nope, principles first. I'd rather stay here.
In 200 meters, turn left.
Paul Hollywood, that's him.
Turn left, and then turn right. Turn right.
You're going to go to the UK, but you're scared to drive on your own. Why?
You have reached your destination. Well done, although frankly I did all the hard work.
Interesting drop-off. Wow, what is that? It's like a military helicopter. Oh, I forgot it's not a turning axle. I was expecting it to turn a lot more than it just did. Yikes. How does the shifter work with the higher gear transmissions? I'm not sure how to answer your question, to be honest. You got tomorrow off work, nice. Man, this trailer does not want to turn. Glove? Leica. You're buying a wheel on Tuesday, L. Phillips? Nice. Oh, look at the bonuses. Come on, what are we saying? Proficiency bonus, long distance bonus, high value cargo bonus, urgent bonus, and a little bit of truck maneuvering. We'll take that. I think every drop off today, not one have we been penalized on anything at all. No damage, no lateness, just nothing. Every single one. There we go. We haven't had any accidents or disasters. That's true. I don't think I've hit a single thing today. Although we nearly got hit twice. Once at a petrol station when a van cut us up. And then another one we almost became a hot dog. Do you remember? Guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun. Had a great Sunday. Do enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I shall be back next Friday. Full and normal streaming weekend, as far as I remember, for next Friday. For 1 o'clock. And, yeah, I'll try and get some videos done this week as well. I've got my... Mighty Luke, thank you for the bits. Really appreciate and enjoy the streams. Have a great week. Thank you, Mighty Luke. And you, sir. If you want to watch more, you can go to SquirrelPlus. I will, of course, kick off the playlist not long after the stream ends. Remember to apply for the convoy. If you want to take part in the convoy in a couple of weeks, get your application in so you don't forget. What else is there? Yeah, Wednesday, I've got my IMC flying again. So that's all day flying. With a hood on. I've got exam study to start as well. I've got VR 180 stuff to do. It's just like ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Way too busy. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. And I shall see you all on Friday. Yeah, good luck, I'll need it. Yeah, don't spend too much money in the Steam sales. Alrighty, I'm out of here. See you all on Friday, guys. Take it easy. Love you all. Good night.